Welcome back to my channel KK Longshine. I'm Khadija Khurshid and this is our series Making English More Better. So this is our another video of topic number 2, parts of speech, where we will learn more categories. So let's get started with verbs. You must have heard this word several times. Verbs and only verbs. So what are verbs basically? In simple words, you can say that they are action words, but its actual definition is verb tells us about the actions or states of being. Actions or states of being. Remember these points. For example, Shilpa studied for 2 hours. So here Shilpa is doing some action that is of study. So here studied will be framed as verb. Similarly, she wants to sing a song. Here, our subject wants to sing a song and singing is again a verb. Now, there are types of verbs as well. So, let me take you through them. Helping verbs, which contains can, could, have, be, been, etc. For example, I can write this story easily. So here, as the name suggests, helping verbs. The word can is helping our another main verb, that is write. In sense, it is helping our main verb. Now our second type of verb is action verb. You must have heard this, and I have also told you this word as a definition of verb. They include any action we do. I have given some examples, like write, sleep, sing, climb, read, etc. For example, we slept again after eating food. So here the word slept is an action verb and it is also our main verb, of course. Then our last kind of verb is linking verb. Now you might get confused between linking and helping verbs. This is not a great confusion if you try to understand both of them. So linking verbs are as follows: is, was, waxed, seemed, feels, etc., which links some words. Now let me give you some example. Alpita is happy. So here the word happy is a verb that is linking to Alpita's emotion, that how is Alpita feeling? She is happy. Hope this is clear to you. Now let me tell you what are action verbs in detail. If we go in detail of action verbs, they contain two types: transitive verbs and intransitive verbs. You must have heard these two words many times. So transitive verbs here, I know this is seeing too tiny for you. This is done by mistake. Please listen to me or on the captions. Needs object to complete the sense and action. So the transitive verbs need object to complete the sense and action. Without object, they cannot be completed. For example, the teacher taught many new things today. So here the word taught is a verb which is a transitive verb, because teaching of course cannot be done without any object. Like you need some study material, you need chalk, the teacher need blackboard to teach, a whiteboard or any kind of writing material, etc. One more example is here: Alex gifted me a book on my birthday. So here gifted is again a transitive verb, because for gifting you need some object to gift, of course. Now what are intransitive verbs? They doesn't require any object to complete the sense or action. It is just opposite to transitive verbs. They don't need any object, but they make complete sense without any object itself. For example, my mother asked me the marks I have scored in today's test. So for asking, of course, you don't need any object, you just need yourself to be there. Next, I sneezed because I was suffering from fever. You can also say I sneezed because I was suffering from cold. So here for sneezing also you don't need any object. Now our next topic or our next category for parts of speech is adjective. Adjective modifies nouns and pronouns, means it tells us more about nouns and pronouns. For example, those pink flowers were beautiful. So I'm framing here a noun that is a flower. I'm telling that that flower was pink as well as it was beautiful. So these two words, pink and beautiful, are adjectives because they are telling us more about a noun or pronoun. Similarly, the new admission in our class is a good girl. So I'm telling you here that the new admission in our class was a girl, but she was a good girl, not a bad girl. Now, adjective answers one of the following questions listed below. Which one? How many? Whose? And what kind? So, if you are asked any of these kinds of questions, please memorize adjectives. Now, let us have a look towards degrees of comparison, which is again a part of adjectives. Now, there are 3 degrees of comparison: positive, comparative, and superlative. Let us go in detail. Positive used to tell about only one noun or pronoun, means that like adjective they only describe one noun, single noun or pronoun for and there is no comparison, of course. Yes, for example, Ajay is a smart guy. So here I am telling about Ajay that he is a smart guy and nothing else. I am not comparing him from anybody. Now our second degree is comparative degree. It is used to compare two nouns and pronouns, means it is used to have comparison between two nouns or two pronouns, and hence there is comparison, that is obvious. Rahul is smarter than Ajay. So here I am using a word smarter here. Smart is a normal word, but I am adding some auxiliaries here, that is er, which makes smart smarter, and it is used for comparing. So Rahul is smarter than Ajay. Now our third degree is superlative degree, which is used to compare more than two nouns or pronouns. It is used for the comparison between two nouns or pronouns. And yes, again there is comparison here. For example, Shivam is the smartest guy. So what we saw in above examples, that Ajay is a smart guy, then Rahul is smarter than Ajay, means Ajay isn't smarter more than Rahul, but Rahul is more smarter than Ajay. And here Shivam is the smartest guy. Shivam is smartest. He is more smarter than Ajay and Rahul. Now let us have a look towards adverbs, which is the last topic for our video. Adverb qualifies verbs, adjectives, clauses, and other adverbs. You might get confused. Let us see them through examples in the upcoming slides. The tiger ran faster. So adverb is telling us that how the tiger ran. If I just say the tiger ran, it will not make a sense. I mean, it doesn't make a complete sense. It makes sense but not complete sense. So I'm adding a word here, faster, to modify or qualify that tiger ran faster. Similarly, can you come quickly, means I'm telling that can you come quickly. In what action you need to come? You need to come quickly. Now adverb answers one of the below questions: when, how, why, and where. If you see any of these questions anywhere, then just memorize adverbs. He is driving very slowly. So here very is modifying the adverb that is slowly, means very is used here for modifying another adverb that is slowly, as we saw in its definition itself. Then they will leave for Mumbai tomorrow. So here tomorrow is modifying the verb, which means that will leave. Leaving here is a verb and tomorrow is modifying that verb. Then the North Pole is extremely cold, which is modifying adjective here, and extremely cold is adjective for North Pole, and extremely is modifying that adjective more and more. So that's it for today. Hope the video was helpful for you and you have learned much here. I'll be sharing more topics in the next video on parts of speech. So wait for them till then, and I have shared the practice questionnaire on WhatsApp group. If you are a WhatsApp joiner, go and try out there. And yes, again, thanks for watching all of you.